We have around 4,300 kiddos in our county, and over 1,200 of them have been through the CPS system. That's a lot. That's a lot more than neighboring counties. One is too many, but that is way too many. That's a very high percentage of our children.
Our mission is to find advocates to represent the families and children in the CPS system.
I think CASA is tremendously important, in particular in Milam County, because we've not had CASA ever until a year ago we started having cases.
We need more people. We need more people to take more cases. Abuse, neglect, trafficking is a problem here in this county, and we have more cases than we have individuals to help these children.
It's being that voice for the child, and that's something that usually children don't have, is that voice. So that's what the advocates, and that's what CASA does.
So that CASA worker, that volunteer, is there solely to look after the best interests of the child.
As an advocate, you have an opportunity to really step in at that point in that child's life where something truly constructive can still be done.
The advantages of having an advocate are astronomical compared to not having an advocate. A lot of times you have a bunch of adults making decisions of what they think is best, and a lot of discussion has not been held with the child about how they're feeling, what they're going through, and what they think are best. Their voice does need to be heard, and they need to be listened to and valued, because that hasn't been occurring in their life.
I was in the foster care system for 7.5, 8 years. Going through the foster care system was long, definitely really hard at times, especially moving from place to place, not really being able to put anything down, not having anybody I knew around all the time. It was definitely really hard being on my own, but it got a lot better whenever I met my parents, which was really nice, because then it just went uphill from there.
One of the great things about a child having a CASA advocate is that regardless of the child's situation, the advocate will be assigned to the child early in the case and will follow that child from place to place. They still have this single adult in their life that provides some consistency.
And her advocate, Janine, her primary concern was for Shelly all the time. Janine had been in Shelly's life for at least 2 years, so a pretty good, steady person in her life for a long time.
And then she was able to just be another voice, and then to know that Shelly had a voice who was representing her interests outside of the state and outside of like the adopted parents who just want a child, obviously, but who's actually looking out for her is helpful.
Every child is important. Every child is the future of this country. Every child is the future of Milam County, and every child needs to have their voice heard.
They are the best author of their life story than I could ever be or anyone else. They know what's been going on better than any of the rest of us, and to not listen to them, I think, is a huge disservice. And I don't think we can do the best that we can do if we don't listen to them.
With the amount of challenges these kids have had in their lives, and they have in their lives, CASA bridges that gap for the courts and helps us to be able to discuss something with somebody whose whole purpose is to advocate for these children that many times can't advocate for themselves.
You know, I'm the one that's hearing their cry, and I'm the one that's fighting for them to get their cry out, to let everyone hear, you know, this is what's wrong. You know, I need help here. So I'm their safe place. I'm their voice.
I feel like kids get lost. They get lost in the system. They get lost when CPS doesn't have time to go back out. And it's not that anybody's doing anything wrong. Everyone, the whole system is overburdened. If they don't have an advocate, they will become one of the children that's not seen and not heard. And with CASA, they are seen, they are heard, and their voice is amplified. And that's what they need.
As a foster kid, it is really hard, and like I know what they're going through because I've been there. But like, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. There's something there for you. Like, you're here on purpose, and You know, like my mom tells me all the time, hope. It means hold on, pain ends. You know, like there's not always gonna be that pain there. Like I might be there for a while, but it'll go away and you can find a way to get around it. But it is really hard, again, like really, really hard. But it will get better.